Imagine waking up every day knowing that everything you've ever wanted is already within your reach. The car, the dream job, the financial freedom, the love, the success, all of it is already yours. Sounds almost too good to be true, right? But here's the truth. What you need to realize is that the key to unlocking these desires isn't about waiting for them to magically appear. It's about acting as if they already exist in your life. When you learn to act as though what you want is already yours, you shift your mindset. You stop waiting for the world to change, and you start changing yourself. Today, I'm going to show you how this simple yet profound shift in perspective can transform your life and set you on a path to success. Our actions shape our reality. It's easy to say we want something, to desire a better job, a healthier body, a successful business, or more fulfilling relationships. But wanting something is different from acting as if it's already part of your life. The true power comes when you begin to embody the person who already possesses what you desire. The question is, how do we bridge the gap between wishing for something and living as if we already have it? The concept of aligning your actions with the life you envision is rooted in the idea that our external world is a reflection of our internal beliefs, thoughts, and behaviors. If you're constantly waiting for circumstances to change before you can take the leap toward your goals, you're stuck in a cycle of procrastination and doubt. The truth is, the universe, or life itself, responds to the energy we project. When we act as though our desires are already manifesting, we send a signal to the universe that we're ready to receive them. Our actions become the invitation for the things we want to come into our lives. At its core, this concept is about adopting a mindset of already having. Imagine if you were to wake up tomorrow with everything you've ever wanted. How would you carry yourself differently? How would you interact with people? What decisions would you make? The idea is that instead of waiting for the perfect moment or the ideal circumstances, you begin living your life as though everything you've dreamed of is already yours. This shift is powerful because it goes beyond mere wishful thinking. It's about taking responsibility for your future by acting with confidence, purpose, and decisiveness in the present moment. If you want to be the CEO of a company, start acting like a CEO. Walk into meetings with the authority and confidence of someone who already leads a company. If you want to lose weight, don't just hope for a healthier body. Start living as someone who values their health by making choices that reflect that vision. The actions you take should not be ones rooted in doubt or hesitation, but rather those that align with the life you see yourself living. Our actions often reveal the story we tell ourselves about who we are and what we deserve. If you say you want financial abundance, but you consistently make decisions based on scarcity or fear of spending money, then your actions are contradicting your desires. You cannot expect to receive abundance while acting from a place of lack. To truly align with abundance, you need to start making decisions that reflect your belief that prosperity is already on its way to you. When you make purchases, think in terms of abundance. Buy what aligns with your higher vision and trust that your future self can afford it. Similarly, if you want a loving and fulfilling relationship, the first step is not just hoping or praying for one. It's about acting as if you are already in that loving relationship, with yourself first and foremost. Do the work to love and care for yourself, set boundaries, and live a life that is already full of love. When you do this, you attract people who resonate with that energy. The right relationships don't come from desperation, but from self-assurance and self-love. When you act as though love is already part of your life, you position yourself to receive it. One of the main reasons people fail to act in alignment with their goals is because they don't truly believe they deserve what they want. They feel that they must earn success, love, or wealth, rather than acknowledging that they are worthy of these things simply by being who they are. When you act as if you already have what you want, you demonstrate to yourself that you are worthy of receiving it. This act of self-empowerment comes not from external validation, but from within. You stop waiting for someone else to tell you that you're capable, and you begin proving it to yourself by how you live your life. It's also important to recognize that acting as if you already have something isn't about pretending or faking it until you make it. It's about embodying the essence of your desired reality. When you act as the person who already has what you want, your behavior, decisions, and energy shift naturally. For instance, someone who acts as though they are already a successful entrepreneur doesn't just go through the motions. They think, speak, and move with the mindset of an entrepreneur. They make decisions with confidence, knowing that their success is inevitable. The actions they take reflect their internal belief that they are capable of achieving their dreams. In a way, it's like creating a bridge between the person you are now and the person you need to become. The The beauty of this approach is that you don't have to wait for everything to be perfect to start acting differently. You don't need to have the title, the wealth, or the external markers of success to begin embodying the qualities that you associate with success. By acting as if you are building the future you desire today, it's a process of internal transformation that eventually leads to external results. One of the most important steps in this process is to identify what your ideal life looks like in detail. Take the time to reflect on who you are becoming and how that person shows up in the world. How does this version of yourself think, speak, and move? What are their habits? What do they prioritize? Get specific about the traits, habits, and behaviors of the person who already has what you want. For example, if your goal is to be more organized, start acting like someone who is naturally organized. Begin by creating systems, setting clear goals, and following through with them. This isn't about perfection, it's about being in motion and staying consistent with your vision. Once you identify the person you need to become, take intentional action that supports that vision. Don't wait for permission from others or for external conditions to change before you start. Take one step forward. Whether it's a small or big step, act in alignment with your desired reality. If you're looking to improve your physical health, begin making small changes that reflect the person you envision yourself as. Eating healthier, exercising, and prioritizing self-care. These actions don't have to be grand, they simply need to be consistent and aligned with your future self. Another crucial part of this process is maintaining unwavering belief in your ability to bring your vision to life. When you act as if your goals are already realized, you're engaging in a deep act of faith. You may not yet see the tangible evidence of your desires, but your belief in them drives your actions. This is where the true power lies. The ability to trust that acting in alignment with your vision will eventually lead to the results you desire. Trust is key. Trust that the universe, life, or your own energy will respond to the consistent actions you take toward your desired reality. The challenge with this approach is that it often requires you to let go of old habits, beliefs, and limitations that no longer serve you. If you've been stuck in a cycle of self-doubt, procrastination, or fear of failure, shifting to a mindset of acting as if can feel uncomfortable at first. But that discomfort is a sign of growth. It's a reminder that you're breaking free from the constraints of your past and stepping into the power of who you are becoming. Each time you take action aligned with your vision, you reinforce the belief that your future self is already on its way. In the end, the key to this practice is consistency. It's not about making grand gestures or seeking instant results. It's about making small, consistent choices that align with your desired life. When you consistently act as if you already have what you want, you begin to attract the circumstances, opportunities, and people that support your vision. Your actions create a ripple effect, setting the stage for your dreams to unfold in ways you may not even anticipate. By taking action now, you are inviting the reality you want into your life. It's not just about achieving your goals, it's about becoming the person who naturally attracts them. The secret isn't in waiting for the right moment, it's in acting now as the person you're destined to become. The way you carry yourself and approach challenges sends a message to the universe that you are worthy of success. It might sound like a motivational catchphrase, but when you break it down, it reflects a deep truth about how energy, intention, and personal alignment work. Every day, through your actions, body language, thoughts, and reactions, you're communicating something, not just to others, but to yourself and the universe at large. Whether you're aware of it or not, you're constantly affirming what you believe you deserve. Carrying yourself with confidence, integrity, and purpose is not about being arrogant or pretending to be someone you're not. It's about walking through life with the quiet conviction that you are enough and that your goals are valid. When you stand tall, look people in the eye, speak with clarity, and act with conviction, you are not just expressing confidence, you are affirming your worth. You're telling the universe, and everyone who crosses your path, that you are someone who respects yourself, who honors your own path, and who is not afraid to claim space in the world. Success doesn't just happen to people who sit back and hope for it. It finds those who prepare for it, who show up for themselves, and who carry themselves as if success is not only possible, but inevitable. You become magnetic to opportunity when you carry yourself like someone who already knows they belong where they're headed. This isn't about faking it, it's about becoming aware of the energy you're putting into the world. If you carry doubt, insecurity, or fear, that becomes your signal. But if you carry self-assurance, resilience, and purpose, the universe tends to respond in kind. It's important to understand that how you show up in difficult situations, how you approach challenges, reveals your core belief system. Some people shrink in the face of obstacles, believing challenges are signs they're not meant to succeed. Others face challenges head-on, using them as stepping stones to grow, learn, and evolve. The difference isn't necessarily in skill or intelligence, it's in mindset. When you see challenges as opportunities rather than threats, you communicate to the universe that you're not only capable, but willing to rise. This act alone signals your readiness for the next level of your journey. Your posture, your tone, your internal dialogue, these elements create a frequency. When that frequency is in alignment with confidence, perseverance, and purpose, it begins to attract matching energies. People sense it, even if they can't articulate it. Have you ever noticed how certain individuals seem to walk into a room and instantly command attention or respect? It's not always because of their titles or achievements. Often, it's because of how they carry themselves. Their energy speaks before they do. They have already decided within themselves that they are enough, and that decision radiates outward. This kind of self-assuredness doesn't come from external validation. It's cultivated from within. It's built through repeated choices to show up, to push forward, and to trust yourself even when the outcome isn't guaranteed. Every time you choose to act with faith in yourself instead of fear, you reinforce that internal message, I am worthy. And the more often you affirm your worth through action, the more natural it becomes to carry yourself in that way. Approaching challenges with a strong mindset isn't about being unshakable or never feeling fear. It's about how you respond when things get hard. Do you retreat or do you rise? Do you let doubt silence you or do you speak with clarity despite it? When you choose courage over comfort, you align your actions with your higher self, the version of you that already lives on the other side of fear. That alignment sends a ripple outward. It says, I am not just hoping for success, I am becoming the person success is drawn to. The universe doesn't respond to wishful thinking, it responds to energy backed by action. That's why posture matters, not just physical posture, but emotional and mental posture. Do you slump into your goals, unsure and apologetic? Or do you stand firmly in your belief that what you're working toward matters? Your posture in life reflects your belief in yourself. And your belief in yourself is what opens the door to the opportunities you seek. People often misunderstand this and think they need to wait until they've made it to start acting successful. But it's the other way around. You become successful by acting like someone who already knows they're headed there. That doesn't mean pretending to be something you're not. It means embodying the traits, habits, and mindset of the person you are becoming. If you want to be a leader, start leading, even in small ways. If you want to be respected, start respecting yourself. If you want to be taken seriously, start taking yourself seriously. This mindset also shifts how you deal with failure. When you carry yourself like someone who is worthy of success, failure isn't a sign that you're unworthy. It's just feedback. It becomes something to learn from rather than something that defines you. And because you don't take it personally, you recover faster, try again sooner, and continue moving forward with your head held high. That resilience becomes part of your energetic signal. It tells the universe, I am unshaken. I'm still in this. I believe in my vision. Belief is powerful, but belief paired with action is transformational. Every time you act from a place of worthiness, whether that's applying for the job, launching the idea, saying no to what doesn't serve you, or simply walking into a room with your head high, you are rewriting your internal narrative. You are reinforcing a new identity. And identity drives behavior. When you see yourself as someone who is capable and deserving, you naturally begin to make choices that reflect that. You stop settling for less. You stop playing small. You stop asking for permission. This process also changes your relationship with other people. When you carry yourself with confidence, others begin to see you through that lens. People tend to mirror the energy you present. If you show up hesitant or unsure, they'll question your capability. But if you show up like someone who knows their worth and takes their goals seriously, they respond accordingly. Doors begin to open not because you're lucky, but because your presence has shifted. Your energy has become aligned with someone who is already in motion toward their dreams. What's powerful is that you don't need anything external to begin this process. You don't need a promotion, a new wardrobe, or someone else's approval. You simply need a decision, a choice to start showing up differently. That decision might feel small, but it has massive implications. It's the first step in retraining your mind to accept success as your default rather than your dream. From there, every action you take becomes a reflection of that new belief. Of course, this isn't about pretending you're not afraid. It's about recognizing that fear doesn't have to stop you. Confidence is not the absence of fear. It's the decision that something else matters more. When you face your fears with an open heart and a steady mind, you begin to dissolve them. You start to realize that the version of you who succeeds is not fearless, but courageous. They've simply decided not to let fear dictate their choices. That kind of inner strength becomes a signal, a message to the universe that you're ready for more. There's something magnetic about someone who knows where they're going and isn't shaken by the opinions of others. That kind of energy is rare and it stands out. It creates momentum. It attracts allies, opportunities, and resources. It opens doors that may have previously remained shut. Why? Because the universe mirrors your belief. If you act unsure of your worth, life tends to give you more uncertainty. But if you walk with purpose, life starts aligning with your direction. Confidence is not about being loud or domineering. It's about presence. It's about being rooted in who you are and what you stand for. It's in the way you listen, the way you make eye contact, the way you follow through on your word. These small, consistent choices accumulate. Over time, they build trust, not just with others, but within yourself. You begin to believe in your own power because you've witnessed it in action, and this belief becomes the fuel for persistence. It's what keeps you going when results are slow or progress is invisible. When you've trained yourself to carry the energy of success even before you see the evidence, you create a self-fulfilling prophecy. Your actions keep compounding, your presence keeps growing, and the universe begins to catch up with the energy you've already chosen to embody. That's the secret most people overlook. It's not just about having the vision. It's about living it now, in your tone, in your choices, in how you show up for yourself when no one's watching. That energy is louder than words. It's what sets you apart. It's what builds momentum. And it all starts with the decision to carry yourself like someone who already knows they are worthy.